and who? What's that you say? ReW and who? What's that you say?
Hey, we are here with a kind of a repeat offender on ReW. You've sat here in this chair once before. It's Mr. DaNa BeaL, and welcome.
I filled in.
Yeah, you did, like he is doing right now.
How you doing, DaNa? Long time, buddy.
Right now. But you have a great history, and I remember like the stories that you started talking about were very, very interesting and very groundbreaking and very valuable for our society. So would you give a little synopsis of
Well, a lot of people have forgotten that I started the marijuana movement.
Right.
But
The
we
yippies.
did it over in, actually it was the year before the yippies. And we did it over here in Tompkins Park.
Right, back
Yeah.
in the day when Tompkins Park really...
1967.
Wow.
When Jerry Garcia came and played the first Grateful Dead concert.
Ever?
In New York.
Wow.
We had a smoke-in.
How fun was that?
Well, you know, we told him, we says, Jerry, there's a smoke-in going on. He says, they do that everywhere we go.
Oh, the Grateful Dead. That's probably true.
But,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
I think more to the point, and what I'm doing today, I started this thing called Ibogaine.
Right.
My friend Howard Lotzoff, when he was a really, this is 1962, 63.
It's the $800 pill?
He was a young kind of guy checking out psychedelics, scientifically inclined. And this guy said, you should check this out. It's a 36-hour trip.
Right.
He didn't want it. He gave it, Mikey. Let's have Mikey try it.
For a weekend.
And
I met Mikey.
the guy called him up and said, Howard, that stuff you gave me, it's not a drug. It's a food. We must tell Congress. And he said, man, you woke up my parents. Okay, anyway. But he discovered that when he came down, his heroin habit was gone. Just gone. Boom.
Yeah, you said that
That's
this is like
good.
the miracle drug.
Yeah, and it turned out what it does is, you can't see this,
I can, if I have my glasses on.
but if you look at this thing here, right here, the pink one, right? Can you get the pink one on the camera?
Yeah.
We can see it.
Yeah. The pink one, it shows the cells growing back, right? And these are the cells that get trashed by crystal meth,
Okay.
right? The ends of the cells get kind of frizzed off.
Wait, but if you don't take it, will your cells ever come back?
It takes a long time.
Like how long? Like
It might never
10
totally
years?
come back. Well, about 18 months at least of natural REM sleep.
so if you don't do meth for 10 years, are you okay?
Well, people still have some problems with it. And
No,
Ibogaine
Have you ever
is...
seen anybody that used to be meth?
I know
You
people.
even say meth, and they get a little twinkle in their eye. They lick their lips.
I understand.
I don't know.
But that's the
I've
craving. The craving, but basically, if you can regenerate the cells at the same strength, the craving goes away. Because you have enough cells and enough receptors to handle the dopamine, and they can feel the dopamine. Because dopamine's always there. It's just the cells are
Does it
trash.
change your personality, basically, or just
Well,
your
it
desires?
makes you more mature.
Do you age? Do you get wrinkles?
Not really age. It's, in Africa they take it as a rite of passage.
So,
When they're 14, it's like a,
oh, really? They give
it's
it
like a
that-
bar mitzvah.
Oh, they give you the open.
Yeah,
They give you
it's
a
rite of passage. Yeah, it's part of their religion,
You get a nice 36-hour
and they
trip.
talk to their ancestors.
Is it like? Don't they do that out west, like with?
Yeah,
the
so like,
Yeah, but this is like
so like intense.
most people
Ibogaine?
believe this is the most profound experience there is, and what I'm working on right now is Ibogaine for Afghanistan, which
Which
Is
is heroin central.
yes is the thing to bring the cure for heroin to Heroin Central.
Now, did they want it in Afghanistan?
No.
Yeah, they definitely
that's
do want
fine.
it. No, they
do?
definitely do want it because there are people who are desperate to get off heroin, and this country
Yeah, but
has
without
no
heroin,
money.
they have no money.
but
That's
they
for
want to sell.
export.
You know,
Export.
the mafia, right? Little Italy, they sold this stuff up in Harlem, man.
I know.
They didn't want to run Little Italy.
I
If
know.
you tried to sell Little Italy, they'd kill you.
Ibogaine?
I know.
No, heroin.
Oh, heroin.
Heroin.
So the people, you know, including the Taliban,
But you didn't have to go
The
too far
Taliban
from Little
told-
Italy to get it.
told my friend, right, who's like kind of connected to the government there, my friend Ortaza, yeah, we want to get rid of the heroin too, right? So it's a humanitarian thing.
And where
And
does
actually, it isn't
Ibogaine?
really funny.
Is
you know,
it
it's
chemically
really tragic.
made? Is it chemically made?
We can make it from another plant. See, the original plant is endangered because people found out it did this.
So now it's like GMO Ibogaine?
No, we got a different plant that's much more widespread, and you can take the molecule out of it and kind of clip something off of it, and you get ibogaine. And we can make it for $20 a gram, which will make it available
That's
to the
cheap.
world.
That's cheap.
So it'll be $800 a pill?
Well, no, basically, we think we can do a treatment that costs $7,000 in Baja, California, for $700 in Nepal.
For what?
$700 in Nepal. You don't have to pay doctors that much. It's all clinic time. The basic
How many times
ibogaine
in-
doesn't cost that much
How many pills
money.
does it take?
But you see, the problem
It
is,
says it's one time.
no, to get this effect, right,
You have to do it
you
right.
have to use a pathway
Has there
that
ever been someone?
can block a potassium channel, and you can get bradycardia, which is, in 1 in 300 cases is dangerous.
So that's the side effect.
Right, and that you need to do it in a clinic. I mean,
Wait,
probably
so-
nothing will happen except that you'll have this really intense trip, right? But it might go wrong. And you know, Dimitri Muganis, have you ever had him on here?
Who?
Leisure class. He's friends with everybody. Friends with Penny Arcade and stuff.
Okay.
He was running an ibogaine clinic in Costa Rica in August, and he had 2020 there because the media is interested in this and a cure for heroin.
But
And
you say
he
it's a cure
said-
for more than heroin.
oh yeah, I know, but the big deal right now is heroin. Last week it was crystal meth. The week before that
But
was
didn't you
crack.
say it was a cure for ADD and it was a
Yeah,
cure
it's
for
for a lot of things.
depression
No,
and-
whatever
Everything.
it's with the dopamines. If you have a dopaminergic imbalance, I don't want to go too much
How do they
here
find
because,
out if you're
I'll
a
use
real
it.
heroin addict or you're just like a pretend one?
well, it's if you like are acting fairly desperate. Because people who are addicted to heroin, desperation is their mode.
Absolutely.
Okay,
But
so
it's not only heroin though.
no, it's not. And you have people on methadone
That are
to get high or doing crack.
right.
Because they
exactly.
still want to get high. Because
Yeah.
there's something wrong with the dopamines. And-
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But it's also post-traumatic stress disorder. Those people who go postal, right? Their dopamines are screwed up from being in war.
right.
And then there's bipolar. Their dopamines are screwed up.
Right.
The really interesting thing is we just did a 71-year-old man who had Parkinson's disease.
Okay.
And basically paralyzed face, you know, could hardly move.
Right.
And he started taking very low dose, like 4 1,000ths of a gram twice a day.
For
And
how
after
long?
30 days, he got better, and he could button his shirt. He could
That's
use a
great.
knife and fork. He could
So where do we get
So-
this shit?
use a pen. After 60 days, he regained 70% of his
Now,
function.
is this
So this is a
legal
huge-
or illegal in
Totally
America?
legal. Totally legal. Of course, they banned the cure for drugs. The CIA was importing heroin. You think they wanted? No. I don't want to like go into a long thing here because
You got
the
any?
important point is we actually have found somebody has root bark, the part of the plant, and somewhere in the greater metropolitan area, a Parkinson's patient is chewing on root bark and getting better.
Well,
Cool.
Is it any kind of root bark?
No,
Like, is it
Tabernacle
just
boga.
And where
What's
does that
it
grow?
called?
That comes from the zone of countries around Gabon, Rio Muni,
So we don't have it
Cameroon.
here.
No,
For Africa.
but there it's a religion, you know. So they actually
Don't
don't
they chew on
they
it
don't
like
want
all
all. No, they take spoonfuls of it. My daughter is on an Israeli video.
Spoonful
She's
of
an ethnographer, and
What?
they said, we couldn't believe how much root bark you took, Vivian. My daughter's name is Vivian.
She liked it.
She got a
Well, it was an ordeal. But you see, actually, I did come here about something else.
All right, tell us.
This is my ad. You know, you come to promote stuff.
Yeah.
This is.
Ibogaine. So where do you go for this?
Ibogaine is on the back.
Right.
And my phone number's on there.
No more drug war.
But we are passing this out.
May
An
2nd.
organization
Basically
called
the May Day
Cures, Not Wars. And it's for
What not
medical
war?
marijuana and just regular marijuana. But also to end the war on drugs. Because the war on drugs is completely counterproductive. I mean, if there is a cure for addiction, including alcohol and cigarettes, tell me, which is more responsible for the problem? Some people
But isn't
smoking pot somewhere,
But isn't it all
or
about,
the fact that the government has the cure and won't let it out?
But isn't it all
Exactly.
about? Isn't it all about
It's all about money.
the money?
But you see, we came up, see, the yippies were kind of subversives, right?
You,
So we
you
came up
people.
with Ibogaine for $20 a gram, and we're going to fix their wagon.
$20 a gram?
Right.
So what do? You snort it?
No, you take it in a big capsule.
Oh, that's easy.
So you take basically a gram and a half if you're say ReW
Yeah.
had a drug problem.
I have
A
every problem.
ReW-sized person
Yeah.
would probably take, how much do you weigh? Can't say.
Yeah, we got a question.
Can't say.
There we go.
God,
Time for your skeleton, baby. Is this an important call?
I weigh less than you.
Well, that's not saying much.
And more than Pinky.
Well, the point is, a ReW-sized person would not take even a gram and a half.
I probably need about
Probably,
5 grams.
you're a bigger guy, you might take 1.8.
I'm 225.
Well, it's 18 milligrams per kilogram.
Wow.
It depends, you know, they figure it out from body weight. And, you know, you might have to end up taking it again if you fall off the wagon. Some people
So some people do.
are, you know, in basically a love affair.
Yeah.
But most people, by the time they get to Ibogaine, are really
They want
sick
to be.
of it.
Yeah, and then
You know,
you
they're
can't
really
do it.
sick of being in this, stuck in this movie, and they
Exactly.
want to move on.
Right,
Going through the
exactly.
shit, the same cycle.
So the point is, you know, we have all these people, right, who have conditions from AIDS to seizure disorders who need medical marijuana.
Yes.
And they're being withheld the medical marijuana under the theory that giving this, like, sick person marijuana will unleash the flood of drugs in our society.
Oh my God!
And we're saying, no. The problem is the government has the cure for drugs. They won't give it to you.
Cool.
Right?
All right, so May 2nd is a big event. You want people to show
Right.
up.
We
you're
want
gonna
you to
have to-
march, and
so-
you can get in touch with us, and we will give you cards to give to your friends.
And how do
If
they...
you have friends who believe there's something wrong with this picture, get them to come to 40th Street and Broadway, our latest place we're thinking of marching from, down Broadway to Union Square. And then we're going to have a rally in Union Square. And actually, for the last couple of years, there has been open smoking of marijuana at the marijuana rally.
Yeah, because
After long periods of Giuliani and Bloomberg.
Yeah.
So,
You can't get arrested now.
Yes, you can.
well, no, you
Yes,
can,
you
but you see,
can.
that's why we have to have a reefer rally.
Well, have a peppermint patty.
Okay.
And you have a skeleton. Well, that's okay. You dropped one, but that's fine.
Don't worry
I'm
about
not
it.
gonna
My
get
CD.
mad. So, but you did get arrested for something crazy when you were a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, I was,
For a while.
it was putting the change got stuck in the change machine. I tried to help the guy get it out, and the cops came.
Ah.
That was the first time.
That was the first time. And it was all
You see,
down.
ever
That was
since
your
when I was
gateway.
12, the cops shot my dog.
Oh,
She was a nice dog. She'd had a lot of puppies. And, you know, ever since I've been a little bit suspicious
Police.
of police. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know, we were
Well,
just.
you're doing very well, and
And recently, more recently, I was bringing medical marijuana to people in New York because basically there's only one time of the year when you can get it, so we had to stock up so that
So are you like
we'll
a,
have
are you like a
cheap
vigilante?
medical marijuana like in September and October when the growth comes, right? And, you know, they caught me
Ah.
and they said, this can't possibly, you can't possibly justify this. Do you know how much pot 300 patients go through in a year?
It's a lot.
A lot.
Well, it is a pleasure having you, and if you'd like to come back before May 2nd to talk about this again,
Yeah, well,
it would be my pleasure.
ReW, you know, just get all your friends to come. That's the thing. Get
I'll do it.
everybody.
You want to push a button?
I don't know which button to push.
Whichever one you want.
Let the gods decide.
Oh,
Let
I don't
the
know.
Ibogaine pick it.
Okay, here.
Oh, there you go! Wow.
This is random.
Random shit.
Yeah, anyway, look, we're just trying to complete
Help
our
the
mission.
world. Exactly.
No, we're trying to complete our mission from the 60s.
I love it.
Marijuana
I love
and Ibogaine.
the 60s. The 60s are the best.
And
Give
the
it up.
war. And
Yes,
the war, man.
end the war. King of BeaL.
Let's hear it, DaNa.
Yay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. Good to see you again.
There's a quirky, cool new internet show featuring rising stars and living legends too. It's a live fun time and full of surprises. It's a place to get your 15 minutes of fame. Let me tell you,